Mr. Hackett, you noted that our unemployment compensation rates, those people who are out of work, are much higher than New York and New Jersey. If you on the panel could please speculate or share why you think Pennsylvania has the second highest number of unemployment compensation claimants in the country, just behind California, when our population nationally ranks fifth. Shouldn't our unemployment compensation claims figures be proportional to our population figures?
Well, Senator, I think you raise a great point, and maybe to put some additional texture around it, Pennsylvania represents about 4% of the national workforce, and currently we have 7% of the unemployment. So clearly, there's really an issue here. It's my opinion that really the way we shut down the state and really this process of waivers and which businesses were kept open and which weren't, and it was not at all clear. And shutting down construction, it just had no system to it. And I think that's what's thrown so many people out of work and to unemployment, rather than trying to figure out ways that we minimize damage to the economy and keep individuals working safely as much as possible. And I just want to make one comment. I don't think any of us in business are suggesting that we bring back workers in unsafe work environments. I think that's one of the great hallmarks of business leaders is we care about our teams and we want to make sure they're as safe as we are. And I will tell you, as of last Friday, I had 33 days in a row that I was here at my manufacturing plant with our team because I thought it was very, very important. And if I was asking them to be here, I would be here as well.
Thank you very much. In terms of the notification and collaboration, the Secretary had testified in the previous panel that discussions began in the administration in January and February and then in the beginning of March. Can you talk about the amount of notification and collaboration that the business community has had with the administration throughout the pandemic, whether it be on the mandated business closures or the subsequent unemployment compensation challenges and updates? I mean, as you noted earlier, payroll taxes fund a large part of the system, and they are paid by employees and employers, so I would think it incumbent that everyone work together for the efficiency of the system.
To start with the first part of your question, I think the Workforce Development Board that I was honored to serve on would have been a great sounding board because, again, it was composed of a mix of organized labor, business people such as myself, also legislators, and I believe 5 members of the governor's cabinet. And to me, it seemed like a perfect mix to provide insight, suggestions, and ideas as to how this may be best handled. And to my knowledge, that ready-made sounding board was not utilized at all.
Senator, I would note that we at the PA Chamber held an unemployment compensation webinar a few weeks ago. We had around 1,200 people, employers, who participated in that. Deputy Secretary Trusky presented on that webinar, as well as an attorney from the department. So we were very appreciative of that. We have certainly been trying to direct input from our members and Pennsylvania employers to the administration and lawmakers as these issues are being discussed.
Thank you. And for Ms. Simon Michelle, if you could, you know, much of your testimony really spoke to me, and I was watching the comments coming up on social media, you know, people saying, I filed the 21st, I haven't gotten anything. I've been waiting 33 days. I'm at 34 days as of this morning. You know, I'm receiving text messages. I'm standing here on the floor, and, you know, one that's saying, you know, my assistant applied the end of March. She hasn't received anything. She's paid. She has a W-2. She's also an independent contractor. Help, she needs some clarification. The testimony today was confusing. Should she apply for regular unemployment compensation or should she apply for the PUA? Does she need to be denied first, right? And so you make a good point that as a result of this closure, a lot of people have been thrown into the unemployment compensation system who've never been there before, who don't understand how this works. What can the system do to be more user-friendly, to help explain to people who never thought they could ever be there, who find themselves there? How can we help them better navigate the system?
Thank you, Senator. That's a great question. I'll first note that, as you said, there are so many people accessing benefits right now who have never interacted with the system, whether that's longtime W-2 workers who have consistently worked or everyone now eligible for pandemic unemployment assistance. It's also important to note that pandemic unemployment assistance is not paid out of the state trust fund. We are fully reimbursed by the federal government for everyone who is collecting benefits under that program. But because it's brand new and these individuals, their eligibility is a different analysis than regular unemployment, they really need guidance about how that's going to be evaluated. My understanding is that almost everyone who applies for PUA who's not eligible for UC should be eligible. In fact, that's what the DOL, the federal guidance, has come out and said. It is really meant as a safety net to cover everyone who's not covered by regular unemployment right now. I think we need to have more communication in terms of emails to individuals who are in the unemployment system. I think if we have text messaging capacity, we should be doing that. I think there need to be more updates on the website and Facebook. Communication is key, and people just need it. I'll also note that a lot of the people who are waiting, there is a delay in processing claims, but they all have to get past the first stage of financial eligibility. And that is a really confusing topic for a lot of lawyers who've done this for a very long time, let alone people new to the system. So I think we really need clear guidance for folks, and I know we have it on our website, who are denied financial eligibility for the March claims they all ran and filed, to know whether they should appeal, whether they should file a new claim now that the quarter has shifted, or whether they should go to the pandemic unemployment assistance program. I think if we can get clarity on that to a lot of people, that will really help answer a lot of the questions that we are all getting.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman.